when I came into college, there were two kinds of people. One who said like competitive programming. They told me like competitive programming is the thing to do. If you want jobs, you go for competitive programming. The other one was like build up your GitHub profile. So building up GitHub profile is like contributing to open source. So when I was in my first year, I learned about the standardized C++. So the C++ that was taught to us in class 11 and 12 was like pre-standardization era. So standard C++, when I learned about it, there was a lot of new stuff which I was not taught in my school curriculum. And like a lot of I don't know, like the standard template library, for example, that's not taught to us when we are in class 11 and 12. So I learned about those. Then I thought like, let's build something with C++. So I wanted to build stuff, but I did not have great ideas. I'm not very innovative in that way. So that's when I wanted to contribute to things which are like people are already building. Let me help them build stuff which they're already building. So that drew me to open source. The title of Google Summer of Code is a big one, and so like it really shines in your CV if you are able to get that there. So in any job interviews, or like even in my summer break after my third year, so I was interviewing with Amazon for their internship, and the first thing they saw was Google Summer of Code. So they were like, oh, you have done Google Summer of Code, great, let me see what you did, tell me about your project. And so I told them about them, and they were really impressed by that. And so like that was the first impression they got of me, by seeing that Google Summer of Code written in my CV. So yeah, it really helps a lot, especially if you want to do jobs. It's a really good way of portraying your ability to contribute to an existing field. You can just continue contributing it even when you don't get selected, and that creates another good impression on the community, and the people see that you are contributing even when you are not getting selected. So the next time you apply, you will certainly get through. Yeah, like it's sad that people in Jadavpur don't take open source, I don't know, not seriously, I don't know. Mm, I won't say people are really talented in here. Like the talent in Jadavpur I've seen is on par to any NITs or triple ITs, or maybe even some IITs. So I don't think it's a lack of talent, it's a lack of like the culture, the environment, and the idea people have of open source and those kind of stuff. So if we can encourage more and more people to contribute to open source, I think that will like culture will be developed, and people will start contributing to it. And yeah, Jadavpur will be a nice name, good name in the open source community. So in my third year summer break, I interned with Carnegie Mellon University. So it was a project on computer vision. So basically I was using deep learning to track objects. So say you have an object in your hand, say, I don't know, say this is an object in my hand, and I just keep moving. So when I'm just holding an object, there is a bounding box around this object. As I move this object, we want that bounding box to be able to move along with this object. So this is a well developed field. The main challenge was when this object gets occluded by the hand. For example, in this case, you can't see the object right now. Now you can see the object, but now it's hidden behind my hand. You want to still be able to track this object as it moves with my hand. So that was the whole project I was dealing with. Okay. If not engineering, so by engineering, do you mean just computer engineering, or like engineering as a whole? Okay, if not computer engineering, then I see myself as like architect or something like that, because I like designing stuff. I like or maybe even a videographer, or like image designer. Of course, I'm going to enjoy my weekends. Okay, so I spent my summer in a foreign land, and I didn't really like like uh, the lack of the Indian feel to the whole place. So I was missing my country. So a very interesting thing is when I spent my summer in like whole of my summer in the US. So you don't get a lot of mangoes there. So that whole year, to in the whole of 2018, I could not eat one single mango. So I really miss that, and I'm looking forward to eating a mango in 2019. So yeah. I don't think I'm that kind of a person who feels like sitting back and relaxing. So I always want to do something new. I always want to learn something new. So maybe it's just the young me who is speaking like that. Maybe if you ask me 20 years down the road, I won't be like, you'll see a different answer from me. Um, but then yeah, right now I feel like I'll like learn new stuff, and like people like John Stoustrap, those people really are really role models to me, because like they are 60, 65, and they are still innovating in their own fields. So yeah, I hope to be like them someday. Yeah. Okay, so here, so this is the Google Summer of Code website. So here in this organization tab, you'll see a list of organizations. Like each organization has their own like their own set of languages they require, their own like technologies they use, their own stuff. So you need to, the first thing you need to do is figure out what interests you. Like you have to find an organization which you really want to contribute to, which you really feel like working for it. Like so like from this list of organization, every year just before the Summer of Code, they announce a list of organizations who will be appearing for that year's Google Summer of Code. And you just select, for say example, the Gnome team. The Gnome project is a really good like shell. They develop a Gnome shell for the Linux operating system. So say I want to contribute to Gnome. So here's the Gnome page, and you can select on the view ideas list. It redirects you to a different page in their Gnome website, where you have the ideas which they want to get implemented. So you can select one idea which you think you can do, or like which really interests you and you would really like to learn about it. So you choose an idea from this list. Then you need to talk to people. Like I said, communication is very important. So the two things you can see here are chat and mailing list. By chat they mean like IRC chat. IRC is Internet Relay Client. So like choosing an IRC application, as you can see here, they have their own, it's a very intuitive way of, like, you can find tutorials on the internet, on YouTube, like how to set up IRC and all this. So IRC is just like WhatsApp, like a group WhatsApp chat, like anyone can join and anyone can talk. Yeah, except that WhatsApp is not open, this is open. The second thing is mailing list. So here you have this mailing list, you click on it, and like you can subscribe to the Gnome mailing list. So what happens is, like, when developers want something important to get implemented, they they propose their ideas in the mailing list. So they write an email to this mailing list. So there's some there's a common email address, like say, like here, desktop devel list@gnome.org. So you like propose your idea in this mailing list, and through an email, everyone in the community who is subscribed to the mailing list gets your email and gives their own feedback on your idea. Yeah, so there's that. You get to learn your about new ideas, and you get to propose your own ideas, or you can even like talk to them, like, I want to contribute to Google Summer of Code this year, how should I go about doing it? And they'll get back to you. They should get back to you. That's it. So yeah, so writing a good proposal is really important. That the proposal is the main thing you are judged on when selecting you for Google Summer of Code. So yeah, the thing I would like to point out here is, yeah, you introduce yourself and you introduce the projects. Yeah, so you have to mention like how this project is going to affect the organization. So they'll select the projects which are really important to the organization. So if there's some feature they really want to get implemented in their like the tool they are developing or the operating system or whatever they are developing, if they really want that feature to develop to get implemented, the chances of you getting selected for that project gets really high. So you have to choose your project really wisely in that case. And so you have to, in your report, you write how important that the thing you are doing is to the organization, and how it will affect the organization, and the before and the after of your Google Summer of Code work, how it will matter. So here's the section of why it matters. This is really important. This is something you need to focus on. And then there's this roadmap thing, which is the second most important thing in your report. Is like you have to split the whole work. Like the Google Summer of Code is for 3 months, right? So you have to split your whole project into smaller chunks and like give a time frame to that. So it will be like a to-do list. Like I have to do some smaller items which you have to get accomplished to get the whole project done, and you have to set time frames. Like in the first week I'll finish the first 2 items of my to-do list, and in the next 3 weeks I'll finish the third item or whatever, like that. So yeah, like you can see here, like I had like from May 17th, by May 17th I'll have this done, by May 20th I'll have this done, and something like that. So that's very important. And then like here I've just contrasted the present scenario and what will happen after the project. And then like long-term goals, like even after the Google Summer of Code ends, that's not the end of the project, right? So what we can do in the long run if this is implemented, so something like that. And then they write expectation. So every organization has their own pattern of how the report needs to be. It should be available in their website, so just look forward to that.